As artificial intelligence continues to integrate itself into our daily lives across the country, billions of dollars are being invested to develop new AI data centers. The latest investment is a $10 billion project to build data centers in Texas, the state with the second most data centers in the country. But where these data centers are being built is raising some concern among the people that live nearby. As you can see, a majority of the centers are being built in rural areas. There's a movement of people pushing back against these billion-dollar investments. They say that it's not worth the spike in electricity and water usage in the areas, as well as the potential pollution that these centers can generate. Joining us now, David Kruger, professor of AI at the University of Montreal and the CEO and founder of Evitable. Thank you for being here this morning.
Thanks for having me.
So there's bipartisan rebellion against these AI data centers. I mean, it's one thing that Republicans and Democrats here in the States seem to agree on. Why the pushback? What are the biggest concerns?
As you mentioned, the opposition is growing very quickly as the demand for data centers grows. And so that's driven by concerns like pollution of the water, of the air, and noise pollution, as well as increased electrical costs and increased strain on the local water supply. Besides that, there's really an underlying thing where I think people are very upset with the way that these data center projects are being pushed on their communities, often without their consent, as companies get local councils to sign non-disclosure agreements, and people only hear about this massive project affecting their community when it's sort of presented to them as, a done deal. So, go ahead.
No, that's a fair criticism, right? I mean, all of a sudden you've got one of these massive data centers popping up in your backyard where there wasn't something before. So what is being proposed by these centers, if anything, to mitigate the headache that it might be, whether it's pollution or, extra electricity? I mean, are they offering incentives for people?
Yeah, so in some cases we are seeing incentives, but the incentives also go the other way. So we're seeing massive tax cuts being offered for these projects with the promise that they're going to increase tax revenue. But often that isn't doing a full accounting of also the cost that all of the new infrastructure is going to cost the state, never mind the local costs that we've mentioned. So we recently released a report that you can find at datacenteropposition.com in collaboration with a couple other groups. And we found that over 360,000 people are in organized opposition to these data center projects. Now, that doubled in the last month and doubled from December to March, and then again doubled from March to April. So this is growing extremely quickly. And of course, as you mentioned, AI is the big driving factor here.
The other thing, David, that we don't yet know are the long-term effects on these towns from data centers. I mean, it's so new. What's being done to help forecast that?
I think there's a lot of open questions that these communities have, and I hope there's work being done to forecast the impacts on, in terms of pollution and electrical costs, all the things that you mentioned. But that's not something that we did in this report. Here, we're really just focused on documenting how quickly this opposition is growing.
Yeah, and growing to the point where you've got some states who see the benefit, the tax incentives, and other states who just don't want any part of it, who have banned it altogether. I think among them, Maine was one, Vermont another.
Yeah, so one of the local resistance groups we talked to in Ohio, I believe it was, is organizing, trying to get signatures for a state constitutional ban on the biggest data center projects. And these are things that can take as much energy as an entire major city or even a state, like the state of Alabama. One of the proposed data centers would take as much electricity as the entire state of Alabama.
Wow, interesting. Well, this is something to follow because they're not going away, even though there is this major pushback. David Kruger, thank you for your time.
Thank you.